So today I just want to share some tips or give some reasons why so many Christians struggle in their marriages. And that's because we tend to spiritualize marriage. We think that marriage is spiritual, and we don't understand that marriage is a contract between two people, is an agreement, is a partnership. Two people, just the same way you make your friends, you find your friends, you go to certain locations and you choose your friends. That's the way marriage is. And if you approach it from that mindset and that understanding, you will save yourself a lot of stress. So people tend to run into problems because they think that, you know, some being will make their marriage work. And that's the reason why, if we look at the problems we have today, we will see that a lot of Christians are struggling with marriage because we don't know where to draw the line, in our understanding of where God should work for us and where we should do our own work. Okay, we keep thinking that God should come and work in our marriage and we leave the work that we need to do. There's a lot of work that needs to be done because this is a work of human relations. Okay, two people are there, two human beings are there, and those two people will need to understand themselves. They need to discover themselves. They need to understand what each party likes and what each party does not like. These ones are common sense and basic. So, because I see that a lot of people, Christians especially, struggle because they think that marriage is spiritual and the problems that they encounter in those marriages are going to go away by their prayers. I tell you, I had more problems when I was praying, when we were praying. Growing up, there was this thing I had in my house: a family that prays together stays together. And I actually believed it until I got married and I saw that what works for marriage is not by praying together. I and my husband, we had more issues the time we were diligently praying together than when we stopped praying together. So when we discovered the principles that make the home work and we started applying them, and everybody, understood boundaries, understood what needs to be done, understood each other's do's and don'ts, you know, simple human relation principles, things started working better. So that's what I want to share with us today. Are you aware that some couples have issues with sex? What's spiritual about sex? So these are some issues that people have in their marriages and they don't sit down to discuss these things, because a lot of engagement have to go on in marriage. If not, you're going to be losing the other party. And this is where I find the men wanting, because men don't like engagement. A lot of our Nigerian men, they are not used to engagement. Probably that's how they saw their own fathers living with their mothers. They are not used to conversation. And a woman wants to engage with you. A woman wants to discuss with you. A woman wants to talk it through. So if you're a man today and you feel that, you have this wife in your house who's giving you issues, she's problematic, she's not submissive, my first question to you is, how much engagement are you having with her? Are you able to have reasonable conversation? A lot of women complain that they can't sit down and have conversation with their husbands. When they want to start a conversation, the man just gets angry and he gets up and walks away. They feel that a woman cannot speak to them. So these are some things we may need to explore, we may need to look at. At least these are a few points I want to share today to Christians who may be watching this, just for them to know that there is absolutely nothing spiritual about marriage. Marriage is relationship between two people, and the laws that apply for relationship, just the same way you live with your siblings. What's spiritual about you and your siblings? What's spiritual about the relationship you have with them? What's spiritual about the relationship we have with your mom and your dad? So if you can answer those common sense questions, you will know that to also fix the issues you have in your house with your husband, with your spouse, you just need to go down to the roots of the matter, talk it through, reason it through, read it through, discuss it through, and everybody would say what they feel. Freedom of expression. People should be able to share their opinions, and these are a few starting points to making things work. So I will stop at these ones for now. I want to read from you. What do you think? Is marriage spiritual? Is it carnal? Or what is it?